trust people that are selfish. People that are selfish think they have possessions. You know that song, John Lennon, Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. And I had a lot of times I sat there and wondered about that. What the fuck does that mean? Well, you can't really possess nothing. You own this house, somebody kills you, somebody else is living in it, or they burn it down, right? Twister came and stripped him clean, but he found the faithful family Bible. Faith is solid as a stone. Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love's just a way to live and die. Gold's just a windy Kansas wheat field, and blue is just the Kansas summer sky, right? And so I don't think a lot of people understand, what possession means. You can't possess anything. Okay, you can just appreciate, count your blessings, count them one by one. Count your blessings, count them every one. Right? It's one of my dad's favorites in the old Mormon church. I wasn't really particularly fond of any of them. I'd rather stay home and listen to Marty Robbins, Even when I heard my master call, 1,000 head of cattle, showed the face of Jesus Christ. And I cried, oh Lord, forgive me. Don't let it happen now. I want to live for you alone. Oh God, these words I vow. And that lightning struck not 20 yards from me. And once there was a giant cross, there once there stood a tree. And then there's a big old, lightning hits a herd, and there's a bunch of dead carcasses, and he hides behind it. And you're like, wow, when they get into that whole wackadoodle cartoon shit, it gets lots of carnage. Christmas means carnage. Look out, don't kill the goose or the pig, right? And so, philanthropy. Like I tell people, the wolf will eat your kids. A pig will eat your kids. Okay, your kid falls in a pigsty. The pigs are hungry. They're in a pig pen. You're just going to eat your kids. A toddler or a baby. Same with wolves. Same with wild dogs in Texas, And so you're not being a greater person. Well, I refuse to eat meat. Good, more burger for us. But or else he's not going to eat the meat. I don't eat a lot of meat. I used to when I was young and moved around a lot. I used to could. Maybe, give me time when I detox and get less depressed and live in a really clean, healthy environment. And maybe I'll eat a little more again. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I'm not a scientist. I'm a human being. I'm a human being. You as a human being, why don't you change? But, I don't try to figure these people out. I used to could. What? Because I wanted to make sure I was doing the technology properly. It's like, Earl, you're right and they're wrong. You're good and they're bad. Okay. You're truthful and they're fucking liars. So you're okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Suzuki always reminds me of that. Shit. I have brain injuries from the abuse, and I'll probably always have, I don't know, because, when I was listening to, they were loading my Scandus stuff and they played If You Asked Me To, and I was like, oh shit, I gave that song to Miriam. No, she gave me that. Oh God. That woman, what she had been through, saying, I trust you and I want you to love me and have kids. That's really special and important, because the basic tenets of trust between man and woman with her mother and her father and her were destroyed by her father. And she trusted me. And I couldn't be with her. And I gave her frickin' Michael Cooper. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Should have been you. Yeah, cross signals. I just gave her the album. She liked it. I said she could have it. Yeah, you can have it. It's really good. I'm like, God damn it, Earl. That should have been you on it. Yeah. You're still with Law. Yeah, I couldn't be with Miriam. I wanted to be with Miriam. I would never had Patrick, never known Noah, never knew Natalie. But the thing about it is if I married Miriam and we had kids and I raised Brian and Aaron, you wouldn't know that you would never have Patrick and never met Natalie. And, with Patrick, his mother was horrible to me. And used the courts to be horrible to me because of her abuse, because we got abused and she abused me. And Amy, we got abused and she abused me. She tried to get me to accept the abuse. Just have fun doing all the stuff the Clintons and Charles Stern and all those people do. It's like, no, I can't have fun doing that. I cannot give my children to people and say, money, here, watch them while I go have sex with a bunch of different people. That's not entertainment to me. Going to the bar and partying is not a good thing. I'm not going to go on trips. To me, BRLFQ spells mom and dad, and that ain't too bad. That's my boy. You can have your TV in your nightclubs. You can have your drive-in picture shows. I'll stay here with my middleman near. We'll listen to the radio. And me and possessive pronoun are watching Scotty grow, right? And so, and I've always been that way, like, well, Suzanne, you have no life. What do you mean I have no life? As soon as you get home on the weekends from work, she's waiting 20 minutes to drop Patrick off and leave him with you. I'm like, yeah. So you need to go out and have a life. I have a life. Earl, you sit here every Friday night and maybe if we have money, get McDonald's or Burger King and watch the same old Disney movies over and over again. Mm-hmm. Yep. Then as he got older, we played video games. Lots of Donkey Kong and Mario World. Mario. And Mario Kart, yes, lots of Mario Kart. And then when she took my son away because she was losing tax money to the state, lots of EA Sports and 989. Yeah, hours and hours. I couldn't sleep. I missed my son so much. I hate philanthropy. It's disgusting. It's rape. It's child molestation. It's perversion. Loris Perez perfect, and Bill Nye's an idiot. And so is Richard Dawkins. Oh yeah, Richard Dawkins is an asshole. He's broken and he's a murderer and he's become the very people. Well, he already was. Okay, you understand? Like I told him, the meme thing, they have the result. You have it too. It's just like your penis. Like my dad told me, you control it or it controls you. And so, and that's why, there's a huge reason why people pray about the book with my life story in it. And while I'm that person that's in there, there's a significant reason why it's me and not David Rockefeller. David Rockefeller hated everybody. He spied on all you to keep you powerful and rich and money. And if you don't spy on people and don't use money to gain access to people with linguistics and technology and, people, it's one thing if people spy on you, okay? It's another thing if you vote for president and for money and kill people over money so you could be president and spy on everybody legally. It's radically different, okay? If, Angela's asses when the kid charged money for the kids to climb up in the tree and masturbate to seeing his sisters change their underwear, that's also money. Because if they didn't have money and stuff like that, do you really think the kid would charge the money for it? Because he needs the money to go do his tallywhacker with a girl that takes money for sex. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because you're good, I'm good, and you're bad. I'm truth, and you're lie. So, fuck. So the human beings trying to grasp the infinite with the finite and then turn their invention into the glory of God is sin. It's a regional sin. Trying to eliminate God and replace God with your own invention. Okay. Do we really need a creator? No, you don't need a creator. You just need to invent yourself into somebody that will shut the fuck up and stop asking for money while children get raped and murdered over it. Okay, shut up. Shutting up, rabbit. Right? So anybody who sits around and discusses comic books instead of living the reality of the Gospels is an asshole. But someone who sits around discussing comic books and says, let's discuss comic books instead of live the Gospels, but I don't believe in the Gospels, is just as big of an asshole. See Richard Dawkins, and you see what hey, the Dawkins Award. Yeah, you got the Dawkins Award. So, Squawking Dawkins? Glass was flying, Robinson was crying. Robinson committed suicide in his garage because his career went downhill and he was a joke. Bill Robinson was a fine power forward. For the Kansas City Kings most of his career. Yeah, he was a good rebounder. He was good at boxing out. He was good at setting picks. Okay. He wasn't Daryl Dawkins. No, he wasn't Daryl Dawkins. He was Bill Robinson. He was a fine power forward. Okay. He was really good at setting picks. He's really good at boxing out. Big butt. Couldn't jump like Daryl Dawkins. Couldn't run like Daryl. Just a little bit more like a poor man's Wes Unseld type, or Paul Silas and stuff. But wasn't a bad ball player. Okay. Daryl Dawkins just was a very gifted individual. Okay. It was about 7 foot. I used to get mad because the refs didn't like him. No, they fouled that man out of the game every time they got a chance. They hated his ass. He didn't have a chance to dominate because they would call ticky-tack fouls on him. They'd call a foul on him for going to the water fountain. They hated him. Okay. If he had been probably modest, you know, and a little bit kinder, and the way, okay, sorry you got in the way. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you may not want to get in the way when I'm coming down the lane, right? If he had just had a little bit better personality, he would have been one of the most dominant basketball players in the history of the sport. David's, they full-blown David Stern and all that took over with Shaq. So Shaq got to grab Greg Ostertag by the back of the head and slam his head on the floor and not get, suspended for a month. Shaq could do whatever the hell he wanted. He was one of the top circus gimmicks. And he still is. He's an asshole. And then you got Mike Tyson. Well, one of the greatest all time. I would have kicked your fucking ass, Tyson. There's no rules. I'm not going to put on a set of gloves and say, oh, okay. No, I'm going to kick your dick. And then I'm going to fucking sit you down and say, if you rape another woman, I'm going to have to cut your fucking head off. Okay. Go listen to some rap music, but stay away from beauty pageants. That's what I've said to Mike Tyson. I understand women can be bitches, man. My wife used to sex text professional murderers from the military right next to me and laugh. And I could kill those professional military killers. They know it. I didn't know it. I wasn't as traditionally as psychotic as you and your family, Mike Tyson. Or Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal's an asshole. Mike Tyson's an asshole. You sit about beating the shit out of it, talk about the greatness of beating the shit out of other people for money. And act as if it's going to go down in the annals of history of the people and their family and their children praying for peace and not to get sexually assaulted by marauding bands of psychotic murdering rapists. Okay? I'm like King David, bitch. Not those assholes on TV talking about they need more money to sell designer clothes and food and shit and have gambling sites where you can bet what you need to pay for the... I got $9 left and 47 cents. Damn me, God, take her up and hang me from the highest tree. A woman would read for me. And you sound like fucking Merrill Haggard. A grave is filled with silence, but a sleeping man would hear... Would I hear your footsteps up there? No. Okay. You killed somebody. Why do you want somebody to come to where they put your dead body in the ground and cry over it for the rest of their life? I fucked up. I killed somebody. Now I got to pay for it because, I did it. I was wrong. I want you to find somebody that won't be wrong and won't murder people to have children with. Because I want your children to be lovers and kind and protecting and beautiful, like Earl Parsons. Yeah, like Earl Parsons. Thank you. Gotta shoot me some hoops tonight. I was really tired and depressed yesterday, and I am today too, because I just feel the pain of suffering of poor people. Well, the one person I'm connecting to the most in prayer recently to help survive all this is my second wife. My first wife doesn't talk to me. She's mean. I don't want to talk to her. She's mean. You can't, no. It was all your fault. She has PTSD. She goes through PTSD and she blacks out. She does horrible things to you and doesn't even remember it. Okay? She has a bad brain injury from sexual abuse when she was a kid. And Amy knows, but she thinks, well, everybody's doing it, so you might as well do it too. And it's like, no, everybody's raping the dog. Should I rape the dog or the military's going to kill me? Fuck that shit. I'll kill all of them and they'll never rape another dog again. Gosh, damn them. Okay. I'm like David from the Bible. I don't want to be like that, But when someone comes to town and say, hey, just worship Jehovah with us. And if a woman wants to be with you, she'll let you know. Like my dad said, if a woman's into you, it's typically not a question of if, it's a question of when. I'm like, zang, that's cool. And then I should listen to Paula Wan, listen to her talk and see what she's about. And then see if you want to continue to have sex with her the rest of your life. She might be shallow, superficial, and materialistic. Yeah. And then if you have sex with her, you have children, she'll make you miserable. Shut up, Aunt Alice class. I get it. No, Paula was a very intelligent girl. But she wanted to get involved in business. And I wasn't about business, so she was straight up with me. Law was straight up with me too. Steffi listened to me for 2 years and told me everything I want to hear and then flipped on me. Amy studied me and told me everything I wanted to hear and then flipped on me. Okay. And then you get your son asking you, why'd you do that? Because when you first got together with her, you guys would talk Pokemon, watch movies together and everything. And then your mom came over and threw fits and she flipped. Why? Because I didn't want to have sex with your mother and her at the same time. I didn't want to try to expand into that kind of relationship where all could live together. I was like, no, I did not trust your mom around Amy because Amy does things that would put your mom into PTSD and possibly make her black out and do something and probably kill her. And so, no, I wasn't going to do any stuff like that. I know what I'm doing. I'm not Cruz. Hey, Cruz, go over there. I ain't trying to be Cruz. Cruz, for all I know, Cruz sells drugs or sleeps with other men's wives, and I'm Earl. Okay? I ain't trying to be Cruz, normal. I got control of myself. All right? I'll be me. And if a woman wants to be with me, and, if you don't ask other people about me, come up and ask me. I'll tell you the truth. Other people, they lie about me because they're jealous of me. It's been happening to me since I was in junior high school, man. Maybe even elementary. I don't know. Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Hang in there. We'll make one more, and then I'm going to go out and get my shots up. Peace out.